So let's run through some examples of the emerging platform economy and the significance of that. So there is a report that's put out every year by Mary Meeker on internet trends. And in 1995, she has a list of internet companies and with their market cap at 16.8 billion. Today, it's now $2.4 trillion. And this is just this list of platforms. Obviously, there are many more than this. And so I think that this illustrates the significance of these companies and how increasingly important they're becoming in the domestic as well as international economy. Here's another illustration. Apple's payments to developers last year was about $10 billion. That's the equivalent of all the box office sales of all the Hollywood production studios. So just one app store now is equivalent to the scale of Hollywood. So it gives you another indication of the significance of these platform plays. Another indicator is the number of parties that participate on these platforms. Here's some data from LinkedIn. You can see that in when LinkedIn started in 2003, it had 10 people on their platform. Today, they have 364 million all over the world, and they have a corporate goal of bringing about 600 million people on their platform. Essentially, they think of this as being most of the knowledge workers in the world on their platform by the end of this decade, so in the next 5 years or so, and they're more than halfway there. So I think it's a pretty achievable goal, and lots of interesting things that can happen when you bring that many people from so many different countries on a single platform. Airbnb is another phenomenal story where this is a company that started in 2008, so it's less than 10 years old. And I've pulled together a few maps that I've identified, put together by a guy named Tom Slee, and he identified the numbers of listings in various countries around the world. And here are just 3 examples. It looks like in Paris, just about anybody who has an extra room it now posts that room on the Airbnb platform. There's 28,000 listings in Paris. It's their most active city, and it makes sense. It's a tourist city, so it's attractive for both the participants and others who are looking for places to stay in Paris to use the Airbnb platform. In fact, when you look globally, Airbnb now has 640,000 hosts and over 1 million listings in over 180 countries in 34,000 cities. So this shows you the tremendous scaling that can happen very, very rapidly on some of these platforms. Another one is Uber, which is often in the news these days. This company is also very recent, just founded in 2009. And Uber now operates in 58 countries in 190 cities around the world. And it's achieved a pretty remarkable market valuation as a consequence. But I think this shows, again, the tremendous scaling that is possible if you get that platform business model right. And so I pulled together, just for contrast, some numbers on the number of countries that various firms now operate in. And on the left side, I've got the traditional enterprises like Coke and Nestle, GE, Exxon, and Rio Tinto. And it shows the number of countries that they operate in. And then I contrast that with these platform enterprises. And you can see, and it's partly the fact that they don't have very many assets. You know, being asset light allows you to grow these platforms very quickly. But companies like LinkedIn and Fiverr, which is a workplace platform, essentially do business in every major or every country in the world. And then you've got Airbnb with 180 now. The Apple Store does business in 155. And then Uber 58, etc. You find that the e-commerce countries, because they have companies, because they have fulfillment issues, So companies like Rakuten, which is an e-commerce platform out of Japan, now does business in 27, but they have a very strong mission to globalize. Right now, they see that the kind of lackluster economic growth and prospects for the Japanese economy growing dramatically over the next decade and beyond is fairly limited, particularly for consumer goods. And so Rakuten sees growth. Their growth strategy is having to be international. And so we'll see these numbers grow over the next decade as they execute on that strategy.